The Ego Queen, love me, and I do. And finally we're doing another Rants and Rambles. I have been taking my break from this just a little bit. Did the terrain project and I want to get more into that, but I'm currently out of terrain. Which is a pickle. I gotta remedy that one soon. But anyway, today we are going to be working on some Slaanesh stuff. I think we're working on an Exalted Seeker Chariot, if I said that right. Which is their heavy support choice. It's a really powerful unit. At least I think so. Like, I looked at its rules and I really liked it. And I kind of wanted my Slaanesh army to be very fast, very in your face. No real space marines, and it just fast steeds, really. And just slamming my opponent turn one with as many attacks as I possibly can get, as well as doing some deep striking later on in the game itself to drop like a blob of 30 demonettes. I think that would be really interesting and really play out really fun on the tabletop. But today we are going to be working on the Exalted Seeker Chariot. I got this one from, I can remember this. Boop. This set that we're going to be putting together today actually comes from Box. Link will be in the description below. This is not a sponsored video. This is just me giving them a shout out for kind of being awesome. And they really helped me out with this, helped me build up the Slaanesh army. I think they gave me a total of 2 Seeker Chariots, 2 Exalted Seeker Chariots, I mean, because there is a difference between Seeker Chariots and Exalted Seeker Chariots, and I have both, and it's really confusing because there's like 4 different chariots, and all of them sound exactly the same. And I think all of them have like really similar war gear too, so it's a bit a pickle. So if you guys don't know, I actually started my Slaanesh army a few months back. I mostly just had a thing of Seekers and a Demon Prince. That's really it. But now my army has grown a little bit and is in need of being put together and painted. So if you guys are painters, get in touch with me. So without waiting anymore and without me distracting you anymore, let's get to the model. Okay, so unfortunately it didn't come with a box, but that's fine. We have the instructions right in here, so we're going to need this. Now, the cool thing about Demons is it's an Age of Sigmar army as well as 40k, so I will have dual armies now, so I can actually play Age of Sigmar. So that's interesting. I have 2, maybe 3 Age of Sigmar armies at this point, once all of these are together and painted. So I'll have Demons of Slaanesh, I'll have Daughters of Cain, and I'll have like 3, I don't think I can call it an army, but I have 3, whatchamacallits, the Sigmarines. I actually can't name them. I don't remember their name. I'm really drawing a blank on this. I, for some reason, want to call them Sigmires, but that's not their name at all. And I know that's not their name, and I'm really confused as to what their name is right now. Why am I drawing such a blank? Wow, I cannot remember their name at all. Oh my god, why can't... What are they called? What are they called? What are they called? What are they called? This is how we're starting this video, by the way. With me not knowing what the hell they're called. Anyway. Not important right now. What is important is we got Slaanesh stuff. So this is 2 Exalted Demon Chariots. We have 2 Seeker Chariots of Slaanesh. And we have 1 Demonette box. So our army includes so far 5 Seekers. What is her name? The Mask. We got the Mask. We have an Exalted Demonette. We have an Exalted... we have a special character that's on a steed. I don't know if that's actually Age of Sigmar or regular 40k, so I'm confused. We also have a Demon Prince. This you guys might recognize as a different company's model. I am using it as my Demon Prince, even though it is on a smaller base. I'm pretty sure everybody will forgive me because I can actually put a Demon Prince on this size base, because that is the original size base that a Demon Prince came on. So if you get the old metal sculpt or the resin sculpt of a Demon Prince, they usually come with that base. It's really funny. So yeah, just Demon Prince. I wanted it to be like the whole fallen angel thing. Like that was going to be the theme, and have some corrupted sisters for the Chaos Space Marines. Although I do have 15 Noise Marines that still aren't finished because I need a few more bits. So, is what it is. Now, before we go any further, I'm going to show you what I'm going to be using for this build. Super glue, just because it's much easier to glue with this on stream or on camera. Normally, I do use plastic glue when gluing models together. It's just that while doing it on stream, super glue is just much easier, it's faster. One X-Acto knife, just to slice my hand open on stream and cry. It's the exact reason. I mean, Slaanesh demanded that. It is what it is. Emery board, or a nail file, whatever you want to call it. This is actually the one I use on my hands. My hands have no nail polish on them right now. I took it off early this morning. It started to chip. A metal version of the same thing. This one's really good at ripping through the plastic itself. So just imagine what it does to your hands. Some clippers. I have the Citadel ones. The spring in it broke. These have been serving me well for the past like 5 years. Also have another pair right here of like wire cutters in case. And then last but not least, some gay bacon, because you need gay bacon. And if anybody is offended by me saying gay bacon, well, too bad. I'm half gay myself, it doesn't matter. So, right off the bat, let's go. We actually, one of the cool things is this actually comes with all of the rules now, which is something that people have been requesting for a very long time. So I think that's really interesting that the Start Collectings actually come with a rulebook for the base power levels and things like that. So I really think that's rather neat. Yeah. I just think it's really cool. Kind of want to send these out to be painted in the traditional Slaanesh color schemes. I really like the Demonettes. I've always liked these Demonettes. I like the old ones too, but I really like these ones as well. So, let's get over to the rules themselves. Now, last time I built steeds, they were incredibly difficult. I remember them being super difficult, and I cried while building them. Does this just say build the... Okay, yeah, it does. Okay. So we got our instructions. Make sure we got everything. Icon bearer. Yep, starts on this page. Now I didn't realize when I built my Seekers that instruments are actually really good because of that +1 to charge distance, which is huge, especially if you summon in your army. It means you can deep strike a lot easier. So, really quickly, I'm going to look through all of this and cut off the marked pieces as we go. And let's get to it. So really quickly, I just went to go and grab myself a drink, which is in the best cup ever. And I went ahead and cut out all the pieces we need for the first steed. So to go through this, when building steeds, you need the exact parts. So follow the instructions when you do that. I made the mistake last time with my Seekers to not actually follow the instructions on that part. And we have a train going by because I live next to a train track. Not the best place. But soon that'll be fixed. Now, the one thing is, these guys like to duck down, get low. I mean, they're pretty short, so the shorties. That's a terrible joke and I apologize. So what's cool is you can actually, if you want to model for advantage, i.e. you're playing at a tournament or something, you can actually do an entire Seeker squad that's really ducked low and can get cover very easily. Seekers can get cover regardless because of how awkward their base is. So you just need a little tiny bit of them to touch the terrain itself for them to get cover. So we're just going to go ahead and apply the glue just to the connection points themselves, making sure that these have been shaven and cleaned up, which I should do before I place the glue. And just trying to get these little edges off, so that way it doesn't affect the model later on. Now, how does this leg want to sit? Oh, you're like awkwardly walking. That's weird. You're like a duck. You're like ducked all the way down to the ground. Odd. Okay. Then we have the seat itself. And we need to go ahead and clean this part up really quickly. So I'm just going to shave it down just a bit, just so it stops getting in the way. Never cut towards yourself, but in this case I kind of have to. Once we clear that out, there we go. So that's now nice and smooth, no actual rough spot. It looks like it, but it's not too rough. So now we're going to go ahead and apply a dot right to where this connection point is. And I believe you connect just like this. Right, connect. There we go. Now we just need to connect the face horns. It shouldn't be too tough. Just a little tiny dot right there. Grab the accompanying piece. Make sure you grab the right ones. You're probably grabbing the wrong one. Flip you over. Hold you nice and tight and close to me. Now I can never get these to sit exactly right, and there's always a gap in between them. Like, for some reason, I just cannot attach Seeker horns. I think they're really poor design for the Seekers. Once their kit gets remade, I'm hoping that they actually fix that gapping problem. Because I've seen this on pretty much everybody's Seekers. You just need a little tiny bit of green stuff and you fix it pretty instantly. But at the same time, it's just something that annoys me. Okay, now the next one. Same thing, same problem. So I'm going to try to connect it by the bottom to try to get it to line up down there. Because that, for the most part, will make it line up top. Once I rip it off and accidentally break it, and then glue it to my hand. Which is exactly what I just did. Oh my god, I actually glued my hand together. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a pain in the butt. Mind me just gluing every part of my hand together except for the damn model. I hate this thing. Alright, so once you get that together, the next step you're going to want to do is grab your candy. Because at this point, you just need to be a fat kid. Woo! I'm obviously joking. I'll eat that off camera. Okay, so the next part we're going to build is we're going to start getting together either the other Seeker, which I probably should do first, just to get the two Seekers out of the way. So how this build is going to go, because I want this to be really nicely painted, we're not going to glue the pieces together too much. So like the Chariot itself will sit separately and each Seeker will sit separately. And each model that goes on it will be separate. So they won't exactly be put together fully, but it's to be put together so it can be painted. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look for number 54, which is a Seeker of Slaanesh. So we're going to go back to the one that we were cutting out because there's a lot of sprue for this, which I conveniently did not grab the one that I need. There it is. Okay, so this is more than likely 54. Yes, it is. We're going to go ahead and cut this one out. Just going really quickly over it. Then after we get 54 out, we're going to take our X-Acto knife, again cutting away from our hands to get all of these mold lines off. Smooth that out. Check the other connection points. We got a little bit of a mark up here on the neck. So we're going to go ahead and get that off. Again, never cut towards yourself. And as you can see, we can get this thing relatively easy, which is good. Another spot on its yowie hole. Pretty sure every single demon has that. Somebody is giggling at that joke, by the way. That's a joke from a bad anime. Okay, so then we want to check and make sure we're grabbing the right legs, even though there's only 2 legs on this. Still check, so 56 and 55, which is on here. So we're going to go ahead and pop those off really quickly, making sure every bit of it is separated. So here we go. It's 1 and 2. Then again, we're going to go over, check it to make sure that there's no connection point, like breakage, that's going to be causing a problem. To go through and pop. There we go. There's still a little tiny bit of a connection right here, which is going to bug me. You never see this on the model, but this bugs me. That one's good. The next one. Going right there just to get that off. So now it's nice and smooth. It looks, again, it looks rough, but it is smooth. Think of it as that one scene from Jurassic Park 3. Somebody got that reference too. I'm telling you, some people are like fire when it comes to my references. They'll get every single one of them. So let's go ahead and throw this leg on. I do apologize about my computer being on in the background. Probably should have shut it off prior to making this video, but oopsie daisy, my bad. Okay, so we got both the legs on, which is good. Now we need number 63, which should be... Is it on this one? See, this is the problem with having all of these. Okay, I know it's not on these, so I'm just going to put these ones aside for now until we actually use them, which will be in a little bit. And I need to find the one that we cut out of already. Holy cow, I can't. They all look the same. Wait, hair 74, hair 74, hair 74. So it is this one that we cut out of. Okay, so we need number 63, so we need to look on here. There it is, right here. boop, and boop. Drop that right there. And then we need number 57 and 58 for the horns on its head, which are right 57, 58 right here. So go ahead and pop that off. Oh, and I should actually bring up a topic. So the other day on my Facebook, if you follow me on there, which you totally should, I posted about a surgery that I'm going to be getting. A lot of people have been asking me about that, and I thought I would explain it with a joke. It'll more than likely be the best, or it'll more than likely be the breast dog, but I can't talk. I'm done, I tried. I just stabbed myself. I'm getting more of a cosmetic surgery, I guess, but it's one that I need. I'm getting a breast augmentation. So this will more than likely be the last video of Rants and Rambles that you see me with, well, see me. Because after this, I have a 2-week healing period and 2 months of bruising that needs to go away. So that's going to be fun, won't it? Won't it? I'm going to cry a lot. But it is a good thing. So I'm a bit excited about that, go figure. And it is something that I've wanted for the past few years, about 5 years to be exact. And I've been working on getting for the past 3. So it is a good thing. It is a good thing. So all of you that are worried about me actually getting like a life-changing surgery, don't worry too much. It's not that bad. I think this is this side, actually. It is. So yeah. Don't worry too much. It's a simple surgery, and I should be okay. So, where did that go? That shot out of my hand when I was sanding it. Well, that just happened. So about 20 minutes worth of searching for me. I found it, I attached it, I got mad at it. Done. Okay. Back to it. Now, we need these, because we're going to start building the chariot itself. So what we need for this is 33, which is pretty obvious where it is, which is this piece right here. It's kind of cool that they stand on something like this, but I was kind of hoping it would be like this 6-pointed star in the middle, and not this weird symbol-y thing. I mean, the weird symbol-y thing is cool, but Slaanesh symbol would have been cooler. Personal preference, I guess. Now we need to find number 34. That's 40, 30, 35, 7, 46. Where the hell are you, number 34? Boop. 34 is just like a little horn, which is weird. 34, here we go. It is just a horn. Okay. So that gets attached right at the back here. Kind of cool, I guess. I don't know why they didn't just make that one piece. But these Slaanesh, the Slaanesh molds are older, so you have to forgive them just a wee bit. There we go. Connects just like that. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Then we need number 36, which is the front of the chariot itself. Or is that 32? It is 32. So we'll go ahead and start clipping this. Checking this over really quickly. With these smaller, delicate parts, You want to be very gentle because anything can break them. The whips, I already broke 2 of them by accident. So that kind of blows. And it has 3 connection points, so 1 at the edges, 1 at each edge, and 1 in the middle. So we'll go ahead and attach that really quickly. And we'll let that set for a minute or 2 while we find the part that connects to it, which is 36, which will more than likely be on here. 36 is this spike right here. On the very edge, this tiny little spike. And this goes right in the center. Yep, right in the center. Just going to tap a little tiny bit there. Lose this piece. Take this piece. Oh, this is going to be difficult to do. This is going to get stuck to my finger like 1,000 times before it's finished. Okay, so right like that, we actually got it on the first try. Crazy. Okay, and then from there we need number 43, which is a giant spike, which would look hilarious as a demon unmentionable. If you're ever going to get the Exalted Chariot, you should totally use this for that. Or kind of a neat weapon. Alright, let's go ahead and take this. Sand the very edges of it down, pinning it between your fingers so you can sand it, just so you can get that mold line gone. Then a dot of glue on it. That's all we'll need. And this blade actually fits down. So we'll go ahead and attach this here. Hold it for a second. Glue the chariot to my hand. We got something like this now. Kind of looks like a masquerade mask. Just a little bit, in my opinion. To me it does. You're lame. Okay. So after we get that piece, we need number 45 and 44, which should be on here. Right over on this side, over meow. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut around this because I no longer need this part of the sprue. And it helps me get rid of the sprue itself. So, that's why you should never twist off. Okay, let's go ahead and slice this as close as we can to the very edge. Righty, and then next one. And we're going to need to clean this up just a bit. So this is going to test my skills. Pinch it very tight in your hand. Hold it nice and close. This way it doesn't snap, because this thing can snap in like 10 different spots. Same with this piece right here. I actually need my X-Acto knife for this part, which I don't know where it went. There it is. Now this is going to be dangerous. I'm going very, very slowly to do this. Go. For a detail that nobody is going to see. So these connect to the side of the chariot itself. So we'll push this over here and glue this to my hand a little bit. So now I just need to figure out how this goes. There's the big spike in the back. So it looks like it connects like this. Yes, it does. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to run along the lining of this. Not using too much, just a tab. Now, it didn't line up exact, so this is usually a problem for anybody without a heat gun. But if you have a heat gun, this will be a simple fix, because you literally just melt it together. So I'm just going to hold this separate for a minute so that it can connect with most of its points. And as you can see, the top of it isn't connected. I'm going to show you how to fix that right after I get the other side on. So let's just make sure this is nice and connected and really tight to it. Okay. Now I'm going to let this dry for a minute and get the other side on. I'll be right back. Let's move this down just a bit. Although you can see that I'm wearing pajamas. Anyway. You'll notice something new. My heat gun. Got this at Ace. Really cheap heat gun. Works really well. I use it on almost all of my cosplays when I'm working with foams, EVA, and all sorts of other types of thingamajigs. So the thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it to low. Low is still really hot with this thing. So you only need to hit this for just a few seconds, and only a few seconds. In fact, this is even too long. And it'll immediately go back to the shape that it was. Boop, done. There we go. Now, I do just need to glue that just a bit. But boom, got that taken care of with the heat gun. So I'm just going to put that on the floor down there and drop it. Then I'm just going to take a tiny bit of super glue. I think I accidentally sealed my super glue shut, which is always good because I'm running low. Then I just need to hold that together, just pinch it really quickly as it stabs into my hand. But I consider this pain an offering to Slaanesh. Although it's very minor, I'm guessing the Prince of Pleasure won't mind. And then I glue it to my hand. Now this is a very important step that a lot of people miss. One of the most important things about building miniatures is actually gluing them directly to your hand. A lot of people forget this and they think that they're pro model builders. But if you do not do this at least 4 times, every single step, you are not a professional builder. This is still stuck to my hand. Unfortunately, that did just leave skin everywhere on this thing, which I guess is a cool aesthetic for this. There we go. So now we got this nice and attached. We'll still need to fill in just a wee bit of it with green stuff, but not too bad. Nothing that I'm really worried about too much. Kind of looks like a reverse seeker. Like this looks like a, not a seeker, what are those things called? The Screamers of Tzeentch? Little manatees. Or stingrays. Whatever you want to call them. Okay. Here we go. Now we're going to move on to the next step, or the same step. We need 41 and 40. Now that should be on here, hopefully. Here we go. They're right here. Also, I just got into an internet fight with somebody apparently. I was talking about Space Marines compared to Jedis, and apparently that triggered this person. who then proceeded to tell me that I was wrong. And so I was like, look, I get it. You're being childish right now, so I'm just going to not reply. Thank you. Bye. It's kind of what I do now. I stop replying to internet trolls or, like, people that are just irritating. Now, the cool thing is this has a little knob on it which connects to this tiny piece right here. So it's really easy to get these things nice and balanced where you need them. So we'll just dab a tiny bit of glue right in there. And I wonder what happens if we touch it this side. Does it look cooler? It does. Okay, so I did attach the wrong one. All right, then a little dab of glue on the other side. And we'll go ahead and make sure that this connects. If I can line this up. My hands are just not cooperating right now. Huh. One of these actually filled that hole, so I'm going to need to... It's weird when one thing can fill a hole on a Slaanesh model. That doesn't make any sense. That is a joke, by the way, and that is a terrible one. Okay, and then I just need to hold this nice and carefully, just for a second. Okay, I'm good. I am a professional model builder. There we go. Okay, let's hold this together nice and tight. So it's just got to sit just like this. And for some reason, this is actually taking a lot longer than I expected. So it's getting quite annoying. I should talk about some of the funniest stories from Nova that happened. So if you guys remember a while back, I talked about this place that I nicknamed Undead World. And I'm not going to intentionally slander the place. Not again. The place already stinks like pee. Anyway. So the guy that owns the place was at Nova. Now he had a few of his guys with him from the locals there. And a few of the guys that were there I actually do like. And do consider friends. Just one or two of them I didn't like. And I didn't like George. But anyway, he was too curious. It was weird. Anyway, jokes aside. I ran into this person, and I ran into him at a pizza place next to Nova. So I was discussing business with my then camera person, who is unfortunately no longer my camera person. I need a new camera person. I also need this piece right here, which is 42, 42, and we need number 19 and 8. Is not on here. I think that's going to be on here. 19 and 8. Oh, there are so many blades. Okay, here it is. 19 and 8. Anyway, I started, I was sitting behind this guy, and he said something under his breath about me. Now, I'm the type of person that is a, there are choice words for this, and I want to stay monetized on YouTube. But there are choice words to actually actively describe me. Aptly describe me? Yeah, let's go with aptly. Anywho, he said something under his breath. I didn't actually fully hear what he said, but I did hear my name. And that was enough. Okay? I was like, alright, you know what? You wanna go, old man? Let's go. 1v1 me, IRL. I'll wreck you. I wager my Manus flip coin against your fisted Tebigong. Shaolin Showdown. Somebody gets that reference too. I apologize. Anyway. So I decided to talk about the places that I'm filming out without saying their names. And talking about how much better they are.
It was just me being a total but at the same time it was kind of funny to me. And the guy got like all pissy and left. And I thought it was such good just desserts. Like it was so good. It was really funny. Okay. Let's get these 2 end pieces. Now we need 3, 4, and 5. So we have 3 right here. 4 and 5 are probably... Nope, 4 is definitely the bigger one. Oh, also, online, guys, remember not to get into debates about fandoms. Try to keep them separate. Like, we all know that Star Wars would eventually lose to 40k, but they can put up a fight. We know that. 40k just has an entire galaxy worth of resources and demons. But that's not to say that Star Wars is bad. It's actually to say Star Wars is more fair and balanced in their universe versus 40k, where everything is cranked up to 11. Okay, so it's 4, 5, and 6. So it goes 4. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Or does it? It might matter. There we go. And then the other piece. There we go. That is one horrific monstrosity that I never want to get run over by, but would be completely impractical in reality. Luckily, these things don't operate on reality. They don't give no craps. Ah! I broke it. No, but next week, actually later this week, which is insane to think about, I want to try to get this video processed and ready on the channel for next week so you guys don't miss a video on the channel. But next week, I am heading down to Valhalla in Utah. And I think that's going to be awesome, and I can't wait. I really can't wait for that. I think it's just going to be insanely fun. And I'm going to meet one of my fans who's actually the guy that painted my tanks. Now, if you know, he's a total weeb. And that's why there's weeby stuff on my tanks. But I absolutely love his paint jobs. He's also the one that painted the Castellan, which, if you don't know, was an engagement gift because I got engaged. Yeah, to a hot Viking. If you're going to get engaged to a hot Viking. Words to Live by Alexis Kane. I just said my name on YouTube. Don't know how I feel about that. 15. 15. Which one of you is 15? It's got to be a big one. Huh. Where the hell is 15? It's got to be on this. Okay, so we need 16, 15, and 14. So 14, 15, 16. There's 1, there's 14. And there's 16 near it. So we found 2 of them. So there's this one and this one. And if you guys noticed, I stopped cleaning them up. It's not that I'm stopping, it's that I want these all together so that I can just sand them all as one. Alright, and then we need 15. 15 being the big one. So, yeah, there we go, number 15. Ah, stop being stuck. Would you just break off? Thank you. Okay. So now we'll dot this part right here. Dot the other part right here. I think this this is actually a really good way of putting this kit together when they did this, is to actually have connection points in them already. So good job on that for the age of this model. There we go. Now the piece that goes in and the piece that goes out. We'll dot a little bit right here. Poke a wee pinch right here. And this horrific monstrosity is almost finished. God, that just looks terrifying. Like if that came at you, looks like something like a farmer uses to go through, like, rip apart the ground. I would not want that hitting me at all. I would cry for at least 6 hours. 6 hours of solid crying. It's exactly what would happen. And then we need to build 2 more of those. Ooh, interesting. So, let's go ahead and just move this stuff aside, because these are the sprues we're not using currently. And these are. So we need 27, which is right, meow. 27, 21, 19 and 18, which should be on here. They should be the small ones. There's 18. Where are you? 19. Uh-oh. I think I used it. Wasn't this one also? Yeah, this one was also 19. Huh. Well, that's just confusing. I think I'm supposed to use 2 of these. Oh, well. I'll be. Okay. Looks like the same part, though. Alright, let's cut out 18. We don't have an extra 19 on here? Was it 2 per? It might have been 2 of these per. I think it is. Okay. So there's 18, and we'll go over to a different sprue and grab 19 again. Okay. And then we have to put them on here, which is fine. I'm trying my hardest not to mess this all up. Like, that is my biggest goal. Not to glue this to my hand and not to mess this up. There we go. So we get the next part. Let's just dot a little bit of glue right there. So that is that part. Now we need 17, which we'll go back to this one to get, which I think is this big one right here. And this is the Exalted Seeker Chariot. So let me talk more about the Slaanesh on the channel. So I need all of this stuff really well painted before it can go on the channel. In order to do that, I actually need painters. I have one guy who is painting a lot of stuff for me, another guy who paints characters for me, and another guy who painted the tanks for me, which is awesome. And I love them for it. Like, soon we'll be able to see Genestealer Cult on the channel once they're done, because that entire army actually went out to be painted, aside from a few of them that are just sitting on my table. But shush your face. We are not talking about them. Come on, where's your connection point? There you are. Boop. Okay, perfect. Now we need 20, 21, and 22. So that is, here's 22 right here. Okay, dokie. Boop. 21. And 20 is right next to it. It always takes forever to cut. So there's rumors going around about a 40k anime. And I'm debating whether or not that is a good idea. In my head. Now, I've watched the Dead Space anime. The 2 animated movies. Those were amazing. So if they do them like that, I'd be super happy. You know, a little bit gory, a little bit more adult. And, well, they don't even really need the gore too much. They just have some good imagery when a chainsword hits a person. Like Space Marine levels of gore. The game Space Marine. I'd be happy with that. Where it wasn't over the top and it wasn't the purpose of the game. It was just kind of there. This is like an evil Christmas. This is like a death metal Christmas tree. Like, that's all this is. This is just death metal Christmas tree. Be a cool Christmas tree. I would totally do that. Okay. And next we need number 29, which is a spike. So 28, 29. And then it's just mimicking all of that for the next side. So to save some time with this video, I'm just going to do that all really quickly on my own. So here we go. So finally went around and getting everything together. I accidentally put on one of the blades backwards. Oopsie daisy, my bad. Not really a big deal, so I just cut it and made sure it fit. So we finally have the base of this together. Also went ahead and glued this piece on, but I'm not gluing on the steeds just yet. We know that they fit right here at the front and barely hold this thing. Well, they actually don't hold this thing up. They just kind of sit like that. Okay. Now, that being said, we can move on to the next part. So, after we get the chariot together, it pretty much has us build a separate chariot to put on top of the first. And no, I'm not kidding. So, we have to build the secondary blade system as well as the top chariot. So, we once again go through all of these bits to find the certain pieces that we are looking for. Which is not on there, which is not on here. So we actually have 2 of every sprue for this reason. So we'll go back to this one. We'll look for number 33, which is this piece right here. Which again, same complaint. I wish they put the 6-fold path there. Would have been a much better addition in my opinion. Okay, this is going to get in the way. Just get that piece out of the way so I can get this and pop that off of there. Then go ahead and do some simple cleanup. There we go. Then we need the front piece, which actually does have the one part of the Slaanesh symbol. So that makes me happy. This is part number 32, which is correct. Okay, now before I connect these pieces, 32 does have a few pieces that connected to it, which include, we also need another 34 piece, which is on one of these. So, where would that be? A small spike of some sort. Well, it's not on this one. Okay. Maybe it's on this one? Number 33. Let's go through each of these until we find it. This is number 49, which I think actually goes on here. No, it doesn't. 52 and 53 do. So these two pieces right here are actually the front part of this chariot. And then we're still looking for part number 34, which is a slightly larger which is on the other one of this. So we'll need Demonettes on it. Let's go through the number of sprue that I have here, which is insane. Where the hell is it? Well, this is such a pickle. Let's see. Spikety spikes. Where would you be? Let's do sprue match. This sprue match is that. This one is this. This is this. This is also this. And this is that. So is it in this one? Oh, it's the middle one of this one. I'm such a silly person. Okay. So we're looking for part number 34, which should be right either here. There it is. Okay, perfect. And that's the back spike that goes right here, which a lot of people I'm guaranteeing miss. There we go. Then we're going to do the 3 dots here. Boop, boop, boop. So we got the upper chariot finished, just about. Now it goes 53, 52, so they actually connect like this. So we'll go ahead and instantly lose this piece because that's what's going to happen. Yep, and it's gone. I dropped it. It actually fell into the crease of my pants. And I dropped it again. Okay, we're going to do this nice and carefully right over here. So I don't drop it. Nope. Come on. Go in there. Come on. Okay, this is going to be very difficult because this thing does not want to listen. Go in there, you son of a... choice words that I can't say on YouTube right now that I am thinking that people know that I want to say. Because I want to keep my channel monetized. But I really want to say those choice words right now. Holy cow, we actually got it. Choice words that describe annoyance that I want to say that I can't because I have to be polite. I'm a YouTuber and I'm a professional and I'm mad right now. Really? Come on. Go in there. Stay in there. Nope. Go in there. Stay in there. There we go. Holy cow, that was difficult. You know, if you had just had a pair of tweezers, this would be really easy. Or it would fire across the room. Okay, so now we're on to the final, almost final part. We just need to get 31 and 30, which is on here, I believe. Yep. We'll go ahead and cut it off like this, just so I can get most of this crap out of the way as well. There we go. Toss that over there. And the other one is number 30. I'll leave this one off momentarily while I attach 31 to the chariot itself. There's 2 connection points, which is kind of good. And it looks like it connects at the base of this. So, how does this thing connect? It looks like it has the claw downward, that downward, and connects like that. No, that can't be right. No, it kind of looks right. Oh, I'll be damned, it is right. So this connects just like this, which is a little bit difficult to get together. It's kind of an irritating spot. Overall, it doesn't look like it sits there properly, but apparently it does. So let's just roll with that. Get it? Roll. Because of the spikes. I'm sorry. Ready? Hey, you guys chose to watch this video. You knew that I had terrible humor. And if you're new to the channel, sorry, I have terrible humor. Let's get that cleaned up really quickly. There we go. In this piece, we'll just do a simple dot of glue right there. And go like that. To get that into the spot. Once it's ready to hold. There we go. So that's how this thing looks. Kind of like it's trying to give an awkward massage. Right? Now we can finally move on to the next page. Okay, so it actually looks like this piece connects. How does this connect? What are you supposed to be connected to in between these two things? So connected here and there. So as you can see, mine is bent up a little bit, so it doesn't work as well where it should. So again, we're just going to use a heat gun to fix this problem. So if you guys want to see that, it doesn't really connect. Which is lovely. Also doesn't sit as far back as I thought it would. I thought this thing sat back way further. Oh, I didn't tilt this one forward. That's the problem. Just pop this off really quickly and fix it. Okay, so now it should sit a bit further back. It does. Sort of. Or it broke. That's cool. Alright, I'm going to get this thing reattached real quick because it's being a pain in the butt. So I got this thing lined up, and I dropped it. But I got it re-lined up, so now it's just about attaching it so that it sits back more. Because I really want this thing to sit far back. So, what we're going to do is dot a bit of glue to its connection points. Hold this thing as steady as I possibly can. Getting this there and getting... And of course you're not going to line up now. Because that would be too convenient, right? Try to keep that lined back. So it at least sits in the spot that I want it to. I can fix it with a heat gun really quickly for it not lining up. And it exploded. Come on. There we go. Now what I'm trying to do is I'm just going to get one lined up real quick, real fast. Then once that dries, I'm going to take the heat gun to this one, bend it over a little bit more so it lines up, and then glue it. Even though I tried to glue it already. So this is going to take like a few minutes to dry, so I'm just going to leave it for a few seconds. Actually, a few minutes, because that's how long it's going to take. It'll be instantaneous for you. So. At this point, we got this thing nice and together. It finally set after a little bit of time fighting with it. It's a little bit more difficult than I thought to heat it up because of the stuff next to it. So that was a bit of a pickle. Like one of the blades is actually messed up because of it. So that's a bit annoying. Actually, you can see like 2 of the blades are messed up, but you know what? I think that's okay. It gives it a little bit of uniqueness. I'm covering up the fact that I messed up. Shoosh your faces. Okay, and now we need to build the back blades, which this is going to be kind of crazy. Okay, so number 51 is right in the middle. Okay, and 51 connects to 6 and 17. So we need to find 6, which is right here. Relatively small, so not a big deal. So this one is 6. No, this one can't be 6. It's got 2 going in pieces. 6 is a big piece. I made a mistake. Oops. Okay, let me go to this one, which is an empty sheet, and try to find 6. Yeah, 6 is right here. So that was my bad. Don't know what piece I just cut off. Oop. Okay, so we have 6, 51, and now we just need 17. There we go. So these go together like so. And there it is. Boop. And tap. And boop. So just like that, easy enough. I don't like that the blades are all symmetrical. I just don't like that. Something about Slaanesh and symmetrical does not add up. It really bugs me. Okay, so then we need part number 50, which is like a T-bone shape. So we just need to find that really quickly. It's not on here, so it's probably not on these. No, it's definitely not on these. Okay, so it's probably on this. T-bone shape, there it is. Okay. Not too bad. So then this connects with a kind of a V, which is funny, right into this. Just like so. Then you hold it there, it's painful, which is exactly what Slaanesh wants. So now we get the middle part. So now we need 2 and 13, which is right here for 2. So we'll go ahead and cut this out. So this part is 2 So this is the other part of this. And then I need part number 13, which is right... The hell are you? Where the hell? There you are. So here's a question for you. Okay, you, the viewer, the one that's watching this show right now. Right? Our version of Satan, our version, the Christian version of Satan, do you think he embodies Slaanesh, Khorne, Nurgle, or Tzeentch more? I want to know your opinions on this. Because, in my opinion, it's Slaanesh. I don't have any real reason for this, I just think it's Slaanesh. It makes more sense. The devil is always depicted as being beautiful, which is very strange, and offering you thousands and thousands and millions of things. That's something Slaanesh offers you. So I think it's Slaanesh. But I can also see, like, maybe Wrath. So maybe Khorne. But I don't think the biblical devil kills that much. He's more of a punisher than an actual killer, like Khorne is. Number 4, which is right here. I don't think he's Nurgle at all, because Nurgle's very specific, and he's also very happy. So I don't think that covers the devil that much. It's always an interesting question, isn't it? Like, looking at the real-world representations of certain things. Like, for instance, the Primarchs and how they behave versus their real-life counterparts. Now we need 15. Like Spartacus, Caesar, all the people that they're based off of. Because each of the Primarchs is literally just based off of a historical figure. I would like to see some more of them explored a bit more. As I think the biggest unexplored Primarch that has like the most potential is Lionel Johnson. That's my own opinion. I also really like Lionel Johnson. Go figure. Then I need number 20, which actually looks like this. Is number 20 just kind of like a... No. So we need number 20. 10... 3, 10, 18, 22, 21, 20. Here we go. That's like, whenever somebody asks, like, how would Angron, I was trying to remember his name, act without the butcher's nails? And I'd just be like, well, look at Spartacus. Because that's Angron. Like, that's who he's meant to be. And just go from there. That's what, like, whenever I see, like, Remlace's videos or anything, that's where my first thought goes, and then I love listening to his videos and seeing where he takes them. So his take on the lore is very good. So I do like listening to people's theory engine of it. I'm saying that as I build a chaotic engine right now. There we go. Finally got that piece in. So that is all of that. Just like that, which looks horrific. Oops, sorry. This thing looks absolutely horrifying. It kind of looks like something you would expect in, like, Saw or... what else? What else would you say it in? I don't know, one of those cheesy horror movies you would see something like this in. And that's what I think Slaanesh is on tabletop, just a cheesy horror movie. Okay. So we're going to start at the very end and go with 22. So now we just need to find 22. We have 21, 20. 22 is not on this sprue. Do we have a 22 on this sprue? We have a 23 and a 13, but no. I'm trying to keep 2 of these sprues clean for the next part of this, but I don't think... Huh. The hell, am I out of number 22s? Well, that's a slight pickle. Let me try to figure this out really quickly. Okay, so we got this part together, which is just the end of the last part. So now we're working on the middle of this part, and then finally this last part, which is number 23, which should be fairly easy to find, which is right here. So I'll just grab this one really quickly. So we can go ahead and get this thing started. So now we need 16, 13, and 12. So let's try to find those. Well, here's 16. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this thing cut out. So that is 16. It was 16, right? It said 16. I really hope it said 16. Okay, 13. 13, 13, 13. I think is honestly this one. No, it looks like 12 is the biggest. Okay, so we just need to find 12, which I think is this piece right here. I'm so bad at following instructions. Then we need 13, which looks to be about the same size as 16. If that was 16. Nope, it is this one over here. So now I need a 16. Okay, this just got weird. It looks to be that they're all the same size too. So at least now we know this piece is 13. We have a piece marked 1 over here that's about the same size. 16, 16. Where are you? There you are. Okay, cool, cool. So that is all 3 of these parts. I'll put that part aside. Okay, so let's get these all together. Dropping it. Don't mind me. So, these all just clip together. Literally take it and just spin it until it fits. There we go. Then the next one goes in like, I said like so. Like so. And then the last piece of this goes, well, it can't go like that. It has to go like this. Just to match. So there we go. Wait a second. Does this one go clockwise? No, it looks like it goes this way. Come on, you. Connect. Come on, connect. Stupid evil tree. The hell's your connection point? It's like right here. And then this apparently connects here, like so. It also turns the blades in a different direction. Is that supposed to happen? No, they all look like they're supposed to go the same direction. So I think I accidentally built this side. Because that's all the same direction. And then we put this piece on the edge. But this is this way. Oh, I am so confused with this piece. Alright, I'm just going to finish this piece really quickly. I think I figured this out. So I did put this on the right side. It just turns out I was looking at it backwards. Because I'm a genius. Okay, yeah, so I did build this correct. So, my apologies about that. Now we're doing the other side. So I already got this part pre-built. And we have this part already. Okay. Which is cool because this part just goes right here. And it's going to make this thing a lot easier. So, with that, I know I need numbers 1, 2, and 5. Which 1 is right here. So we're just going to go ahead and cut off this entire piece really quickly. Cut right in between here. Go like that. Cut in between here, here, and here. There we go. So that is 1. Now we need to find number 2. We got number 12, but not number 2. So that's it on this piece. So let's see. 1, 3, 2 is also missing from this one. That's a bit of a pickle. So there is a 5 somewhere on here, correct? I think each one of these make up a different part as well. So we have a 5, which is something we need. Okay, so we have 5, 1, and we just need 2. Which 2 is an interchanging middle piece, it looks like. It does, because it looks like this one connects here, like, caught that with my legs this time. This one connects like, come on. There we go. Like that. Then this one connects to it like that. Okay, so we do have that piece. I just wanted to make sure of that. Okay, so now we have this piece, which connects to this piece, which is going to go this way. See, I got this. I got this fully under control. It's just that I'm getting slightly nettled at it, is a word. Okay. Then we have this piece right here, which then gets connected this way. Then we have the final piece. Haha, I didn't screw this up. There we go. We have our evil pine cone. It's like, you want to be mean to somebody, just roll this under their foot. That would probably kill them. Don't do that. Okay, so now it's just about getting this piece all together and making sure it connects and lines up. So, This is supposed to look like a giant meat grinder from the warp, it seems. Apparently people are really afraid of getting their feet stuck in stuff. This is something I would hate to step on. Like, out of any 40k model, this is one that I would just absolutely die to step on. I would cry so much from this. I would actually cry really, really hard from this thing. Okay, let's get this thing lined up. Come on. Let's dot this with a little tiny bit of glue. It's a weird connection point because there's only one piece to connect to. So that is something to keep in mind when doing this. So what I'm going to try to do is stretch it back and then try to fold our way into the other blades. There we go. So whoever's afraid of this thing, please stop, because I don't even want to think about this thing. It's absolutely horrifying. And I know I'm going to step on it. Like, out of all the Warhammer models in my collection, I'm going to step on this. It's either this or our Trigon with all of its claws pointed up. And you're going to hear me crying regardless of where you're from. There we go. Should line it up just a wee bit better. Actually, I am. Okay, so off camera real quick. I decided to take my heat gun and blast this thing a little bit. It actually looks like I forgot a piece. Why does it look like I forgot a piece? I think I forgot a piece. No, 1, 2, 3. Huh, I think I did. There's supposed to be 2 more blades after this piece. Huh, go figure. I wonder if I can pop that off and continue. Whoopsie daisy. I'm just gonna have to cut that and just continue. I'll sand that down and then force it to continue. So that was my bad. Stop sending me messages. So one of the best parts about messing up a GW model is there's a lot of room for forgiveness for the most part. Tyranids are a little bit of when it comes to this. They don't really let you clear up mistakes. So there is another blade that I'm supposed to put at the end. Or I just put too many on one side, which is a very real possibility, especially for me. So it looks like I just put a small and a medium on there. So we do have the extra pieces for it. We have number 12. We could use number 12. That looks to be about right. Yeah, it looks like about 12 and something smaller than it. Since each one of these only takes 4 sprues, I think we're still good. So let's go with 12, and what do we have for smaller? We have 11 that's smaller. 11 is fine. We'll use 11. If it's a little bit uneven, that's perfect. It means a Slaanesh vehicle after all. It should be uneven. Okay, so now it goes like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this piece almost off entirely. Okay. Then I'm going to take this and shave this down. Okay. Then I'm going to attach this piece right like that. Quick, I'm going to have to cut this whole thing off to get it to line up straight. There we go. Okay, then this piece is going to connect here. Ready, then the spike on the end. We're going to take this, we're just going to sand it down. And we're going to line this up in just a second. Let's get this piece on first. Okay. It's going to take a bit, so I'm just going to wait for this to dry it up just a few more times. We did finally get this thing together, so yeah. All right, so now we just need to get the other 2 steeds together and this thing will be ready. Now if you really want, you could just run this thing with 2 steeds on it and keep the extra steeds for, you know, more seekers, and that would really work out for some people. But I kind of like the overly gigantic version of this. So we have the Demonettes and the Seekers to put on. So let's get to the Seekers really quickly. Boom. Okay. Yeah, that's still 4 Seekers. Okay. Boop. Okay. So, off camera, really quickly, I just made one of these steeds, so we now have 4 of the steeds. So we're just going to make the final steed and call it good for this video. I'm going to be doing the base separately in a different video. Once I get more basing materials, because I really want this thing like rocking over like rocky landscape with some lava in between, some LEDs on it. I think it would look really nice. Which apparently LEDs are now banned from GW official website, official tournaments, which is funny because no one really goes to those. Like, you compare the GT to that, and there's a massive difference. Alrighty, so now we just have the other steed of Slaanesh, which is number 65, and so we're just going to pop him out really quickly. This one's a guy now, apparently, and we're just going to pop him out and then clean him up really quickly. Okay, and cleaning up next to his neck. Let's go ahead and get in there with these and just pinch that stuff off. I do apologize about my computer in the background. I turned off the volume and then turned it back on when I went over there because I'm done. Okay, it's pretty obvious what legs he's going to be getting. So we could just go like this and then clip them out up top. Ready? Just clip and clip. That can go over to our sprue pile, which is no longer really too important. Okay, so now we have his legs. Now we need number 68 and 69 for his head pieces. So, 68 and 69, I believe, are on one of these pieces. There's 68, there's 69. So, and yes, I am going to say 69 and Slaanesh without giggling, because I am not a child. But I still can't say the sentence, asteroids pounded Uranus, without laughing. One day I'll be able to say that sentence without giggling. Okay, so 68 will be the first one. So we'll clip this piece off. It goes right on the side of this dude's head. This little tiny bit of glue. Go right to the side of your head. And come on. Line up for me. There we go. So we got that part on. So I'm kind of happy with that. Now, 69. So many jokes. So many jokes. There's way too many jokes about this. And I know there's way too many jokes about this. And I know I'm going to hear a bunch of jokes about this in the comments section. Also, while you're in the comments section, you should totally check out the description and support me on Patreon, because supporting me on Patreon allows me to do dumb stuff like go to Nova, go to big events, meet up with fans, and actually get to play games against them, which is really, really fun. So that's why you should support me on Patreon. It also keeps me, well, it's basically my employment at this point. Which isn't a lot. I just ask that it tries to pay rent. Rent here being $850, which is a bit much. Especially for a 2-bedroom in the middle of nowhere. But you know, it is what it is. Tatararas. Okay. So now we just need the saddle for this one. The saddle is number 72 and 73. So we just need to find your saddle really quick. 72 and 73. It's not on here. Well, I have this saddle, and this saddle is good enough. 61 and 62. And get right in here. Cut here, cut here. And we're just going to put the saddle on this steed. Sounds like something I say to Victor. That sounded way more awkward than I thought it would. That is awful, and my humor is terrible, and I apologize. Yeah, that was bad. I do apologize for that one. So we'll go ahead and just glue this together. And get this right on you. Come on. Stay. Stay. There we go. So that's all 4 steeds and the chariot itself. Now I'm going to build the demonettes probably on my own time. I think this video has gone on long enough. So we have the chariot, we have all of the steeds, and the demonettes are literally going to take me 5 minutes. So I think we're going to end it right here. So that was building an Exalted chariot. We still have 2 chariots and 2 more, well, 1 box of demonettes. So the Slaanesh army is still slow growing and is completely supported by my fans. So if you want to add to this army, look in the description, the link in the description down below, which is over here, I believe. There you can find my P.O. Box. If you want to send something to be seen in this army or any of my other armies, you can send it to my P.O. Box. I usually build them on stream, not on stream, on Rants and Rambles. This entire series is brought to you and made by you guys. These are all fan sent in things, and I kind of just build them up from there. I'm really happy with how this thing came out. I do need to do a little bit more heat treating to it to get everything to line up, but all in all, I'm rather happy with it. Anyway, guys, I'm Alexis the Ego Queen. I love you guys. Bye.